Hello there guys, it is QwertyAfro here. Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be finally covering Train Simulator 2019 in 64 glorious bits. It's been out for a couple of days now, I do believe, and I thought we could also take the opportunity to have a look at the London Waterloo to Portsmouth route, which was one of the latest UK routes added to Train Simulator 1, or Train Simulator 2019 now as the updated yearly update title. It's a route that I've been very much so looking forward to. I've always wanted to have London Waterloo in the game in terms of Southwest Trains and now obviously Southwestern Railway, etc. You know, there's still some stuff that could be added, and I think this route is definitely an opportunity to expand upon. I think they added the Hampton Court branch to the route, as well as I don't know if they added a Chessington South branch, but there's also loads of other kind of branches and kind of loop arounds like the Richmond Loop and stuff like that, and Hounslow Loop, etc. There's so much stuff that could actually be potentially added here, and it could turn out to be like the South London Network kind of route, where there's loads of kind of things and variations that you can do around there. And then the Chatham Main Line was added to it, and you could incorporate that. And then obviously there's just a lot of opportunity with this route, and that's why I'm very, very excited that it's released and I get to play it, and it's a good opportunity to see 64 glorious bits with Train Sim 2019. I'm doing a scenario today here where we are going to be taking an express service in a 455. Yes, 455s. I think they do sometimes do express services, because I do see them run on the fast lines. They do it because I have seen them, and they run some services like the 450s and the 444s as well. I don't think the 444s specifically, but I've definitely seen some express 455s, especially from like Woking or even like Guildford or something like that. I'm definitely sure they do it sometimes in some formations. Hi driver, you're in charge of the Woking to London Waterloo Express, calling at Weybridge and Clapham Junction only. Departure time from Woking is 4:05. I think there was also a warning in the notes for the scenario that there will be some like red lights and stuff like that, so it's not going to be just a straight like dart to Waterloo. We're going to be having to wait for some faster trains that will actually have to overtake us, I do believe, what I got from the kind of description of the actual scenario. I will leave the link down below for the description in the comment section below, or description, whatever. I'll leave it down below for you guys to check it out if you want to actually play this scenario. This is a scenario on the workshop, not one of the scenarios that comes with the actual route. One thing that they've obviously added is the Southwest Trains logo, because obviously Southwest Trains by Stagecoach is not a thing anymore, so technically you can use their old logos because the company doesn't actually exist anymore, so which is a great thing. But I'm pretty sure there was before you could have gone reskins and stuff like that that had these kind of logos and stuff like that. I'm just going to quickly open the doors because we still have like another 2 minutes here anyway. Shoutouts in this video go to HowToCameron and DSH Trains. That's again HowToCameron and DSH Trains. Their links and stuff will be down below. Showed some love. If you guys would like a shout out, please use the QWERTEE forms link down below. That's the only way you'll be able to get a shout out on this channel, not by commenting down below. I do apologize if you guys have been commenting and trying to get a shout out. Please use the QWERTEE links form down below. That's the only way you're going to be able to get a shout out on this channel. A special shout out to my only member still of the channel, which is Kurt Stewart. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. If you don't know what a member is, it's the button that says join below on my videos or even on my channel, where you can like subscribe per month and support the channel and get exclusive perks. Right, I do believe I have the Armstrong Powerhouse enchantment pack, sound pack for this, for the 455 or 4. It's the 4558, I think, the southern one, but it works on the Southwest Trains 455 as well, so it's all good. Let me just get those on. Let's get the welcome on board the Southwest Train service to London Waterloo. Our next stop is Weybridge, correct. can I? Thank you. Like, that was just so annoying. Right, let's get on the way. Oh, my brakes are on. There we go. Now, so far in 64-bit Train Sim 2019, you're thinking like, what's the news? What's the new things? What's going on? And, you know, what's happening? Is there anything visibly different? No, is the actual kind of answer. And I'm not going to sugarcoat this in any kind of stretch of the imagination. Visually, nothing has changed with this game at all. Again, perhaps the DLC lineup has changed, which it has. I think now this Portsmouth route comes with it. I think a Frankfurt high-speed route and a Salt Lake City American route comes with the starting lineup of DLCs. That's the only thing that's actually like physically changed of what you get in this iteration of Train Sim. But obviously there's this 64-bit, which everyone's thinking, oh, what's this? And some people will know, some people won't know. 64-bit is, it's a great under the hood kind of change for Train Sim. You visually will not, maybe some people might feel some sort of difference. For me, I put this on, I'm not really feeling that much of a difference. Maybe once that's why I even chose this route. I want to see maybe once we get into the Clapham Junction area, that kind of area where I think I could maybe see a difference, because the thing with 64-bit is it allows more memory of my computer to be used. With 32-bit, it only capped out at like 4 gigs. I know you could get some mods that could maybe extend that a bit bigger, but you weren't using your full memory capabilities of your computer. Now in 64-bit, my 16 gigs of RAM can actually be put to use in case Train Sim is, you know, piling on a bit of stress and it needs a bit more memory. It now has all the available memories that my computer has because it's now 64-bit. Now, this might not even make a vague difference, maybe. It depends, because it might make it more stable in these kind of areas where before it might crash and might send like dump errors and stuff like that, which those will not stop. Those will happen still, you know. Oh, I need to be careful here, because I'm gonna start slowing down because we do have a single yellow. I need to, because this is not a straightforward scenario of just like, hey, let's just have all greens and just you know, coast into Waterloo. That's not the scenario here. So I'm just going to be very vigilant. I'm going to not go too fast because, you know, obviously I want to talk to you guys as well. I need to concentrate on what I'm actually doing, driving a train to Waterloo with varying signals. But I will at some point as well, don't worry. I will do a scenario where we do like a full like stopping service and stuff like that. Like, you guys know the kind of area from Woking down to Portsmouth. They've updated that as well in this map, in making like the stations and stuff like that a bit more updated, so that's really good as well on that. So we'll definitely do some kind of stuff where we go down there as well. I do like these lines that have express routes and express trains past you. I think like so good. And we'll be seeing a lot of that, and I think we will be on the fast line at some point, I think. But as I was saying with 64-bit, it is essentially, it's gonna smartly use your computer's like now memory and other kind of stuff more effectively and more efficiently than 32-bit could do. 32-bit is great for the kind of like, you know, if you do have like up to 4 gigs of RAM or whatever, and that was the type of architecture that kind of lived well for this kind of game. That's, you know, it's a 10-plus-year-old game. But now that it's 62-bit, maybe we can now see some things. Obviously, people now are talking about, oh, we can have larger maps and stuff like that. That's, you know, yeah, that's part of it. That's great. I've already said this in my Train Sim World West Somerset Railway video. Like, yeah, you could technically now have maybe a route that starts from London and goes up to Glasgow, but I'm not going to be sitting here for 7+ hours driving a train from London to Glasgow, because not even a real-life train driver does that. You know, they get relieved at a certain point and another driver takes over the rest. So it's not really realistic, but You can do that if you want to be that person that sits there for 7+ hours driving a train from London to Glasgow, or like Aberdeen to Plymouth or something like that, you know. But you can even see now, I don't know if you can even pick it up on the video, that there is, my FPS is not smooth, it's still kind of janky. But that's how it's gonna be. Like it's not gonna like make the game completely smooth and crisp and silky, and you know, because this is an old game, and that's one thing. Even though it's great, we've got a 64-bit version of this game that's like been out for ages, and there is a kind of issue in that where this game is old. You know, it's a 10+-year-old game. So don't expect wonders and stuff from it, because it's still a very old game, and it's still a game that's built on, like, you know, old scripts and old coding and stuff like that as such. I'm not obviously an expert on like coding and stuff like that for games and stuff like that, but this game is obviously built on like it's a 10+-year-old game. They've updated it constantly through the years and updated its code and stuff like that, but at the end of the day it's still based, and the foundations there are off of, you know, a very old game. Yeah, and I can even, like, right now, my FPS is not really that good. It's not that fantastic. But I need to be slowing down, I think, here now. But that's the kind of thing. It's still an old... I think people need to take into account that this is a 10+-year-old game. You need to take that into account. And 64-bit is great. It will improve hopefully on things and stability issues and stuff like that, and basically update the game to be like maybe last a good few more years into the future. But it's not gonna, like, I think this, like, when I saw, oh, they're gonna do a 64-bit, I thought, I kind of overhyped it up in my head that this was gonna be something really fantastic. But then when I brought my head back to earth and realized it's a great, you know, maybe quality of life change, but it's not going to be anything drastic to the point where, like, I don't know, like, it depends. Some people will see a vast difference, some people won't see any sort of difference. I thought I'd see a somewhat of a difference, because I do have a kind of a good PC that can exploit a 64-bit kind of game. And it doesn't really feel any different. Like, I won't feel it. I won't, to the eye, I will not see anything different. We'll see maybe if we get to the Clapham area, if maybe the FPS or, you know, the stability of the game's a bit more better, but I kind of doubt it. I think it's going to act very much so the same. But we're coming up now into Weybridge, our first station of 2. But I do notice right now, you see the interaction now. Normally AI is one of the biggest kind of like FPS killers. Right now it's pretty smooth with like 3 trains like around me and passing through me. Right. Got a red light here. I think this might be the area where we're actually swapping over to the fast line, actually. Maybe, potentially, I don't know. Probably, I think so. Ladies and gentlemen, this station is Weybridge. This is your Southwest Trains express service to London Waterloo. The next station is Clapham Junction. Obviously taking mandatory screenshots. And there's no guard. I'm sure Southwest Trains do still have guards. Or Southwestern Railway. But I know there's a lot of kind of like disputes currently with like guards and stuff like that, and driver only operation. Are we swapping over? Yes, we are. That is great. 444 passing us. And now we get to open up the taps, even though I think the max speed of this unit is 75 miles per hour. And I'm pretty sure the 444s and 450s definitely can easily reach up to 90. So it's always fun seeing a 455 just, you know, being an express train, because, you know, it'll never reach the heights of, like, it probably could go over 75 miles an hour with the right gradients and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure they do in real life use 455s as express trains sometimes. Not like all the time, it's not a common thing. They're mainly the kind of suburban metro service sort of style trains. But right now I'm following a 444, I do believe. Which obviously is a lot faster than me, so it doesn't matter how fast I go really in this situation. I'm gonna probably have greens now till maybe the Wimbledon area or something like that. Which I like, you know, why not? This is the kind of nice express we're gonna enjoy. And I think we might even, yeah, we're gonna pass some slow services, which is kind of like fun. And is this a station? No, this is a... Oh, I don't know. There's an issue happening there? I don't know. Yeah, there must be some sort of issue happening there. I have no idea what's going on there. Is this New Malden? No, it's Walton-on-Thames. Oh, this 455 as well has a... It has a passenger view, which is nice. With some nice old school Southwest Trains kind of mappage and the maquettes. I don't think Southwestern Railway are actually updating the 455s to like have like, you know, the livery and stuff like that. I don't think there's any need, because obviously they've ordered Adventurers now. But it would have been cool to see a 455 kitted out in like a Southwestern Railway sort of like livery and interior. I think it would look really, really cool actually. Because these trains are actually pretty modern now, because they've been updated with modern traction motors, and they have a lot more years now left in them because they've basically been updated like really well. I definitely think they're much better kept than the Southern 455s. Or maybe those have been updated too, I'm not too sure. But anyway, with this whole thing with 64-bit, I think it's great. Like, it's probably one of the like better kind of updates they've done in this kind of year-to-year update of Train Sim. Like, I think the last significant one that they updated this game like really like well was probably Train Sim 2014. So since Train Sim 2014, I really don't think there's been much of a difference in the yearly updates. Just different DLC, maybe a feature here or there, and you know, nothing really that's stuck around. But this year, I definitely think with 64-bit, this is a fundamentally good change for the game, and I hope it will like help it, you know, survive a bit more longer. But I still kind of, you know, obviously you have Train Sim World out there, and this is just weird that they're still basically trying to extend and stretch the life of this really old game, you know, and you have yourself a new game that's 64-bit that has better graphics, that has much more capabilities of features and stuff like that that could be put in, and you know, people would want. But it really doesn't feel right now that it feels that this game is more for priority, and it has to be, because this game fundamentally makes Dovetail games more money. Oh, floating signals, how you doing? Like, this is their probably one of their biggest sources of income for the actual studio. So I'm not like, you know, I'm not judging them for like obviously putting more effort and stuff like that into this game. They release a lot more content for this game because obviously this is their older game. They're more used to kind of releasing stuff for it. But if you want Train Sim World to succeed, it needs to be, I think, put first over this. And maybe it is, but it doesn't really seem from my point of view that it is. So I don't know. Like, I wish every sort of success for both of these games, because, you know, I still play them and, you know, I want them to do well. But then I have to look realistically and think like, well, if this is how this game is being treated, and in Train Sim World, you know, we get a kind of route here and there, and there's no real kind of significant, you know, changes, you know, in terms of like what's new with Train Sim World, or, you know, when's things like multiplayer even going to be considered on the table? I don't know. Just passing here, Suburbiton. It's a cute little express train. Look at that 455 go. Like, literally, I'm on full power now, and 73 is the max. It's literally just doesn't want to do any more. Which I don't blame it. Like, 73 is a nice cruising speed. I'm not asking much of it. And we get nice greens, basically. But as I said in the beginning of the video, I will do at some point like a scenario where we like stop at all of these stations. I definitely want to do that. I think there is a scenario that does like the Hampton Court branch, which we can do at some point, and there's a few scenarios and stuff like that on the workshop that I've been looking at. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this Southwest Trains service to London Waterloo. Hope you're enjoying our journey today. The next station is Clapham Junction, and then London Waterloo, where this train terminates. Passing another slow service up ahead. But I don't want to come across like I'm negative towards like Train Sim 2019. I definitely think this is one of the best sort of updates for this game in a while. As I said, since 2014, I don't think this game has had really much of a, you know, everything's been the same except for the DLC, really. This is a good internal change, and I think loads of people will still bash this game and say that, like, you know, what there's nothing different. This is something where I think it's significant to a change that, like, maybe we might not perceive and we might not appreciate right now, but it's definitely something that's more welcome here. Like, I'm totally welcome for 64-bit. I definitely think it's something I thought this was something that was not possible. I thought, like, because I think there was years ago there was talks of 64-bit for this game, and then apparently it was just not, Dovetail couldn't do it, like, you know, the architecture of the game just didn't allow it, etc. So, you know, now here we're near to 2019, and you know, 64-bit is a reality, so I'm very surprised, and, you know, I'm in a way happy that, you know, this game, you know, look, right now, like, my FPS is not amazing. Like, this is, you know, like, I won't notice even the change in the places where I think the change would be, like, hit. I can't even see it. But I don't know. My computer is using more memory now, so I guess that would be the kind of driving factor there for 64-bit, like that. My computer is now being utilized a lot better for this game, and maps like this and other intensive maps will still be intensive, but hopefully we won't have as much crashes, as much dump error files, memory errors. Right, coming up Wimbledon. I don't know if I should be slowing down. There is literally no need for me right now because I'm still getting greens and the speed limit's only gone down to 70, so I think I'm okay. I think I'm good. Someone could do like a scenario from Wimbledon here where like they can put in like the D stock of the virtual district line. That'd be sick. And once like the Just Trains route with the S stock comes out, pop that in there as well. Or even there's an AI S stock version already out there, so potentially. But it's not really necessary. It's such a little bit there where the district line kind of comes over. Clapham Junction in just under 3 miles. As we go next to the Wimbledon train care depot. I think all of the sort of London suburban metro trains, so basically most of the 455s and stuff like that, are like stabled here, I do believe. Whoa, and there was just a floating engineer on the side of the track. Oh damn, I've actually lost quite a bit of speed there. There's a lot of engineers on the track today. Like, I saw back there with the train that was just like maybe broken down. There's the floating guy there at the signal and some more there. There's quite a lot on the line today. And as you can see now, the express line has swapped over to the left side, and then the slow line is now on the right side, compared to how like the express was in the middle and the slow line was like on the outskirt, on the outside. Oh, a 450 444. Oh, and hello. I do like a bit of racing, and wow, this 455 really sped up pretty quickly, didn't it? Damn. I kind of want to match its speed because I think the next station is Clapham Junction. So I'm gonna coast. Yeah, we'll have to go down to 40 now. Go. Oh, look at it. Look at that. That is so cool. I think I have to slow down quicker than the slow line actually. Yeah, look how fast that's going into Clapham. Damn. And the thing is, I have to go down to 15 as well. And this is where I'm gonna be a bit naughty. Well, so far I'm in the Clapham Junction area and it's not bad. It's like still low FPS. Who am I kidding here? Like, it's not like I'm gonna get silky smooth, you know, 100 FPS here at Clapham. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of assets and stuff like that. And when there's a lot of AI, there's a lot of AI. But it's pretty stable, I suppose. Like, it's not... I don't see any... Oh god, my brakes are not working properly. Oh god, stop, please, 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 stop, stop. Damn. Well, that's awkward. You see, when it's all like kind of like jagged and laggy here at Clapham, like when I'm pressing on the brakes, it takes a delayed reaction to apply. So And that's why the late stop. I hope the Richmond kind of branch gets added in the Hounslow loop. That would be really cool. Because I think this goes down to Richmond now. I think. I don't know, but maybe. And now I don't really know what my signal is. I think it was green. Well, you know, I'm not too sure with the differences and stuff like that and stability here at Clapham. Like, it feels exactly the same to me, so I don't know. Maybe it feels a slight bit better, but 64-bit is not going to eradicate like low FPS areas and, you know, high kind of. Damn, that noise that hit me in my right ear there. Like, it's not gonna eradicate these kind of problematic areas. You know, it might just handle it better. You might not see any visual sort of change, but under the hood, it's handling it a lot better. But I do believe this is. I don't think we're stopping at Vauxhall. I hate this one thing with AI is like where you can like they're on the other side of like the station or something like that, and I can hear this 450's doors closing like it's right next to me, but it's not next to me. It's like over there. Why am I hearing that so loud? Like, some of the sound engineering in this game is still broken and a bit annoying. I also tried out the 450, and still the default 450 that comes with the Dovetail Games version, it still doesn't have proper in-sync closing doors. I'm like closing the doors closed, the sound's still going ahead, and I'm just like thinking, what is going on? Like, that is a fundamental change that I think should have been eradicated for QA easily, but obviously it wasn't. Right, next up is London Waterloo. Right, off we go. And now we're going to go into the part where we've all been waiting for, down to London Waterloo. Which I'm looking forward to, you know. The drive into London Waterloo is really nice. Right, and then we should obviously get a bit more FPS now. Coming out of that Cramfest zone. Right, and we should be now upping the speed. Right, just go full speed now at this point, because I think we'll pass the 60 board before we even get up to 40, so it's no problem really. I think really the only train now missing in the Southwest Trains kind of lineup is the 458, I think, because you have everything. You have the 455, 450, 444, the 456, but we don't have the 458, or even the 707. But, you know, the 707's just a lost cause. It's such a shame that it's like, who knows where it'll go next. And I think the Eurostar platforms as well are in use, I think. I think they've done the Eurostar platforms to when they were refurbished for Southwest Trains, or I don't know. We'll have a look once we get to Waterloo. I'm rather interested to see, because this is my first time actually like going into London Waterloo. I've loaded up onto this map like around the Woking area, around the Guildford area, but I've not actually gone up towards like this like inner London area, and obviously going into like London Waterloo. And now we're coming over to the flyover. The Eurostar flyover, I call it. Which doesn't look like that in real life. So ignore that. That's not how it looks. Like the pillars are complete, like, I don't know. Bit of lazy modelling there. And I'm guessing this 450 is going to be stopping at Vauxhall. And now we're coming up into like basically an area where we're going to have a lot of signals, because obviously there's a lot of tracks here that go into Waterloo, and then in Waterloo you have like 22 platforms. So that's a, you know, crazy commotion of trains. I'm gonna start slowing down now because we do have a single yellow. I just want to be sure here. No, it's denied. Right, so I've spadded, which is great. I first spad in Train Sim 2019. I don't know if I'll be able to... Oh, I will. Sometimes it doesn't allow me to do that. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me, right? So I get... Oh, wait. No. So I go... Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know what the hell that was. Because I literally reversed and it turned green. And I'm like, what's happening here? And then now it goes red. So, whatever. It means we'll probably have to wait here for a clear platform at Waterloo, which is fine. I'm here for that. I apologise for the spad there, but, you know, things happen. Things do happen. Good opportunity for a screenshot, though. The FPS is actually alright here around Vauxhall, which is quite nice. Oh, there we go. I have my DRA on. Look at me being all hip and cool, putting my DRA on and then not even turning it off. We already have a 15 coming up. Like, damn. Oh, there we go as we coast 15 into London Waterloo. We passed also the MI6 building. MI7, MI5, MI5? Secret Service building. Secret Intelligence. Oh, a bit more speed, like it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching London Waterloo, but this train terminates. Oh, I still haven't actually got an assigned platform, so there's probably still going to be a... Oh, mate, oh, I don't know, actually. Platform 3 is our assigned platform. And yeah, there we go. There's the single yellow. I actually do want to stop before I go into the train station because I want to have a little view of Waterloo. There we go. Nope, denied. Great, thank you. DRA on. So these are the... so they have updated the Eurostar platforms. Look at that, so cool. See, but the thing is, with these platforms, you can't really put them in scenarios because these are basically for Reading trains, aren't they? They're not for like any of the services that go down to Portsmouth and like Guildford and Woking. So you could maybe script AI to go in it, but for like services that you'd actually do in a scenario, there's no real kind of use, in my opinion. So would love a Reading branch. Like, you know, that would be great. Because then that connects up to the Great Western Main Line, you know, that's all good. But this is a great place to do like a train spotting scenario. You just watch trains just like pull over into London Waterloo. Let's go into platform 13. They're good so far. I like that. Those Eurostar platforms look really, really good. I don't know if in real life they're still operating because I think they opened them for a certain amount of time and then they closed them back up to keep upgrading them because they haven't like fully like upgraded them or something like that. I'm not too sure. Yeah, but this is the busiest London terminus, and you can really tell it is busy. Like, you know, this train's coming in all the time, this train's going out all the time. Like with 20 so platforms, like of course you're gonna have that kind of activity. And it's really stable here. Like my FPS is really good here. Compared to like most parts of the line that was driving today in this video, like the FPS is actually really good here at Waterloo. Oh, is that my sig? No, it's not. Oh, there we go. DRA off. Platform 3, here we come. Here we come. There we go. Nice and slowly does it. Just give a little horn there for the end. Another set of engineers. There's so many. There we go. Do you believe these platforms here were getting kind of renovated to be extended to do like 12 car, I think, or even 10 car? I'm not too sure. Welcome to London Waterloo, finally in train sim. Oh my god, I remember when I'd always be like talking about London Waterloo and how we could have it finally one day in train sim. Whoa, okay guys. And there we go. There we go. Beautiful. Let's get a few more screenshots here. So much traffic, man. Damn. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Well guys, I really hope you've enjoyed my first video on Train Sim 2019 64-bitties. I've enjoyed it, you know, it feels exactly the same to me. There's nothing really much I can really report on, like, oh, this has drastically changed here or anything new. Obviously this is a new route that I'm driving. Oh my god. AI doors still a problem. But I've enjoyed it. This is a route I've been really wanting to see in Train Sim, like to Waterloo. I definitely think it should have been in way before, but it's nice. With what I've seen, it's really nice, and I'll definitely be covering this route a lot more in the future, doing some like all stopping services with it, with the 455, with the 450 as well, and with the 444 at some point as well, which would be really cool. I think maybe some people have made maybe scenarios with the 456 as well, so maybe doing like a 10 car 455 with a 456 in front could be something to potentially see. If anyone's done a scenario on that in the workshop, I might have a look at that. But other than that, as I said, with 64-bit, it's not going to be something that you're going to be visibly seeing like a complete difference or like some miraculous like miracle change. The game is still pretty much the same how it is. It just, under the hood, your computer will be able to use more of its utilities to actually run this game better, and it should be stability wise a lot better. Maybe not like visually with FPS and stuff like that. Maybe for some people it will be a drastic change for some FPS in some places where you've struggled before, but I think the majority of people will not see a kind of visual change, which is fine. Like, this is more of an underhood change, and it's a very much so welcomed underhood change. And for people that wanted to see more bigger maps and stuff like that, or maps now connected, then that's going to be something that we could hopefully now look forward to. Because if Dovetail was saying before that it's not possible with the 32-bit architecture, now that we have 64-bit, I don't think it's now an excuse to not make longer maps. Or they're probably going to do something like where they re-release maps as like a whole map or something like that, which I don't know. But I don't know what the possibilities with 64-bit is going to be with this game. It just means that, like, at least the architecture and stuff, the game has been updated and it's kind of modern now, even though it's still a 10-plus-year-old game. Remember that. Always remember that. It's not a new game. It's a 10-year-old game, 10 plus 12, 13-year-old game, however old it is. And it's just been the life of it has been stretched and 64-bit just stretches it just more. So, but it's a welcome change. I'm very happy that 64-bit is something now that's been updated with the game, and I hope it will help it, and hope we see some good routes to come, and routes connected, and hopefully more stable kind of routes and stuff like that, and more updates with the AI, and stuff to just make it more enjoyable to play. And that's all I could ever really want from this game. And then obviously my kind of thoughts and stuff with Train Sim World. The shoutouts again in this video goes to HowToCameron and DSH Trains. That's again HowToCameron and DSH Trains. Their links and stuff will be down below. Special shout out to Carrot Stewart, who is a lovely member of the channel, supporting the channel. Thank you very much. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a lovely day. Bye.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be a little calm on this one. Okay, watch on my wrist, skate in my Vans, flow so sick, pedophiles in the van, Maserati body on my Scotty too. Hottie got the fam that's overseas, so if I